Maximize your road time with these 10 driving tips. Nearly 30 people in the United States die every day in motor vehicle crashes that involve an alcohol-impaired driver, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. This amounts to one death every 48 minutes. In 2010, drunk driving crashes accounted for 31% of all traffic-related fatalities in the U.S. The consequences of drunk driving can be severe. If you are caught driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol, you could face jail time, loss of your driver's license, and heavy fines. You could also cause a serious or fatal accident. In 2012, there were 10,322 people killed in alcohol-impaired driving crashes, accounting for nearly a third, 31%, of all traffic-related fatalities in the United States that year. Don't take the risk. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Most people think of their car as a safe place. But according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, there are over 6 million car crashes in the United States each year. That's why it's so important to focus on vehicle safety systems, maintenance and malfunctions. There are many different safety features that can be found on today's vehicles, from airbags to anti-lock brakes. It's important to know how these systems work and what to do if they fail. Maintenance is also crucial to keeping your vehicle safe. Be sure to keep up with scheduled oil changes and tire rotations. If you notice any unusual sounds or smells coming from your car, don't ignore them. Bring your vehicle in for a checkup as soon as possible. And finally, if you do find yourself in a crash, don't panic. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Most people don't think about the safety systems in their car until they are in an accident. But, seatbelts, airbags and other safety features are designed to protect you in the event of a crash. Seatbelts are the most important safety feature in your car. They keep you restrained in your seat so you don't fly through the windshield or get ejected from the vehicle. In a frontal collision, seatbelts can reduce your risk of serious injury or death by 50%. Airbags are another important safety feature. They deploy in a crash and help protect you from being thrown forward or to the side. Airbags can also help protect your head and neck from hitting the steering wheel, dashboard or window. These are just a few of the safety systems that can safeguard your life in a crash. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Airbags are one of the most important safety features in your car. They are designed to protect you and your passengers in the event of a collision. Most cars now have driver and passenger airbags as standard equipment. Some also have side impact airbags and/or seat-mounted airbags. Airbags can save lives and help reduce the severity of injuries in a crash. Here's what you need to know about airbags, how they work, where they're located in your car, and how to properly use them. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. As a parent, keeping your children safe is always a top priority. When it comes to car safety, one of the most important things you can do is make sure they are properly restrained in a child seat that is appropriate for their age and size. There are many different types of child seats on the market, so choosing the right one can be confusing. Here are some tips to help you select the best child seat for your kids. Always read the label carefully to make sure the seat is appropriate for your child's age, height, and weight. Make sure the seat is properly installed in your vehicle according to the instructions. Never put a rear-facing seat in the front passenger seat of a vehicle with an active airbag. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Airbags in your car can be a potential danger if you're not aware of their quirks. Here's what you need to know about their effectiveness. How effective are airbags? Airbags have been shown to be effective in reducing serious injuries and fatalities in frontal crashes, but they are not without their quirks. For example, some airbags deploy with too much force, causing injuries instead of preventing them. Others don't deploy at all, leaving drivers and passengers vulnerable in a crash. What are the potential dangers of airbags? Airbag deployment can cause burns, broken bones, and even death if the occupant is not properly positioned or restrained. In some cases, the airbag itself can be a projectile that injures or kills someone in the car. Despite their potential dangers, airbags are still considered one of the most important safety features in a vehicle. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. If you're a new driver, keeping your car in good shape may seem like a daunting task. But don't worry. We've got you covered with some basic car maintenance tips. First, it's important to get regular vehicle inspections. This will help identify any potential problems early on so they can be fixed before they cause major damage. Professional servicing is also key to maintaining your vehicle. Make sure to take your car in for regular oil changes, tire rotations, and other routine maintenance tasks. By following these simple tips, you can keep your car running smoothly for years to come. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Your driving career is an exciting journey that will take you places you never thought possible. From the open road to the cityscape, your career will be filled with new experiences and challenges. As you embark on this new adventure, there are a few things you should keep in mind to make the most of your career. First, always put safety first. No matter where you are driving or what type of vehicle you are operating, safety should always be your #1 priority. Second, stay focused and alert at all times. Distracted driving is one of the leading causes of accidents, so it's important to stay focused when behind the wheel. If you need to take a break, pull over to a safe location and rest before continuing on your journey. Finally, enjoy the ride. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. There are many importances to knowing your vehicle whether you own one or not. By understanding how your car works and functions, you can save time and money when something goes wrong. It also allows you to be a smarter driver and know when to take caution on the road. Lastly, if you're ever in an accident, having this information could potentially save your life. Here are 2 tips for getting to know your vehicle. 1. Read the owner's manual. This is a great place to start learning about your car. The manual will teach you about the different features of your vehicle as well as maintenance tips. 2. Know your tire pressure. Checking your tire pressure is something that should be done regularly. Having proper tire pressure not only prolongs the life of your tires but can also improve your gas mileage. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. As anyone who has ever driven in the city can attest, finding a parking spot can be a nightmare. And it's not just because there are too many cars on the road. It turns out that there is a scientific reason behind the difficulty of finding a place to park. According to the laws of physics, every object takes up space. This is true for cars, trucks, and even bicycles. When there are more objects in an area than there is space for them, they begin to compete for the available space. This competition can be seen in the way that vehicles jockey for position on the road. The larger the vehicle, the more space it needs. This means that big trucks and SUVs often have to push smaller cars out of the way in order to find a spot. The competition for space also affects how quickly vehicles can move. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below.